Hey, welcome to Dad Space. This is Dave. It's a little different music this time around. Yeah, a little different. What are we doing? Well, this is National Podcast Post Month. What does that mean to you? It means to you that you're going to get 30 episodes in 30 days. 30, I know, right? And the idea is that as podcasters, we're going to create episodes in support of National Podcast Post Month. They call it hashtag #NaPodPomo for those at home that are keeping score. But the idea is that we just create content for you daily in the month of November. So we are focusing on some great people that have been past guests on the show and friends of the show, answering questions about dads and giving you some feedback. And then also adding in some of the books that I found and resources I found as a fellow dad that could help you possibly on your journey as a dad. So that's kind of what we're focusing on this month, and I'm excited to share this with you. It's going to be a great month, and today's episode is part of that. I'm excited to share with you a new resource, possibly new to you, and tell you my thoughts about it here on Dad Space. Glad to be with you. The other big part of November, which I'm excited to also bring forward for those that are unaware, is we call it also Movember. What is Movember? It's when the mustache is calling. It is our time as men to unite, to take on mental health, suicide, prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and all of that is to shine a light on men's mental health and men's physical health. And we're celebrating Movember as well. Link in the show notes for you to see how you can support is to raise money and awareness for men. So on top of doing National Podcast Post Month, this month is always focused on you as well as men. We're here to support you and to let you know that there's a community around you that's wishing and searching for the best for you as men. So happy Movember, everyone, as well. Let's get into the podcast. So the book I'm focusing on today is The Power of Showing Up by Dr. Dan Siegel. This book emphasizes the critical importance of developing secure attachment with children. It also outlines for us practical strategies on how we can actually do this. And this book focuses on the following key points. To give you an overview of the book, and again, I'll have links for it in the show notes. If you're interested, you can go buy a copy yourself. But the importance of secure attachment, the consequences of insecure attachment with your children. And then one thing he outlines for us is the 4 S's, and it's a framework that he has for us as dads when we talk about the best way to attach with our children and build that attachment. So back to the importance of secure attachment, Dr. Dan Siegel in this book, The Power of Showing Up, talks about secure attachment is crucial for a child's emotional and physiological development. As well, it forms the foundation for future relationships and emotional intelligence. And then he talks about the consequences of insecure attachment. And this book discusses potential negative outcomes when secure attachment is not established. And these may include difficulties with emotional regulation, kind of all over the place, social relationships, and overall well-being. As dads, we really do set the tone for our home in our relationships with our kids. And if we're not doing well, it's going to translate for them that they're not going to do well. So we need to do better in this. And so this 4S framework that Dr. Siegel has in his book is part of the main focus of what he talks about in the book. And I want to share the 4 S's with you as well. So what are these 4 S's? First one, safe. Helping our children feel protected from harm. It's safety. That's what we bring to our family. That's what we bring to our home. As well, seen. Ensuring that your children know that they're cared for and given attention. Your kids are seen in your home. As well, soothed. Demonstrating that you'll be there for them when they're upset, when things go wrong. This happens even after your kids leave the house. As an empty nester, I still see myself doing these 4 S's. And the last one is secure. Just building trust through consistent application of the other S's. Safe, seen, soothed, and secure. I think those are things that we need to focus on as dads, and this book is definitely one there to help you, to take you on this path, to help you do these practically in your home. We need to develop secure attachment with our kids. And this book provides the practical advice on how to implement the 4 S's in a daily interaction. It also emphasizes the importance of being consistent and responsive as a parent. Emotional intelligence and communication is a key part of this book. And this author really does cover foundational aspects of emotional intelligence. Effective communication strategies between parent and child are brought up in this book. And what I love is he focuses on the long-term benefits of all of this for you and your family. And this book really does highlight how to secure attachment and how that can help your children develop resilience and help them to be more self-regulated. In essence, the power of showing up really does serve as a guide for parents to create a nurturing environment that fosters secure attachment, emotional intelligence, and a more nurturing environment that's really built on healthy communication, setting the stage for your children's lifelong emotional well-being and success in their relationships as they get older. As dads, I think we need to be really focused on ourselves and be selfish, that we're growing, we're developing, we're getting stronger, so that we can be that in our home. Because we, again, set the tone. As parents, as mothers, as fathers, we set the tone in our home. So whatever we can do and whatever resources we can add that helps us to be more successful, more in tune with our home and with our children, and to give them the tools they are going to need as adults. Because when your son or daughter is at their first job and the boss treats them unfairly, when they get into a stressful situation at school and they're far from home, they need the tools to handle this when you're not in the room and you're not available. We need to be on this path of helping our children understand how they can be safe, seen, soothed, and secure, but as well how to think for themselves and how to react the right way. And as a dad, as a parent, there are probably many times you can think about where you have acted incorrectly, you have done something that's been counterproductive to your relationship with your children, and the effect it's had, the long-term, lasting impact your actions or inactions have had. We need to be in the space where we know where our strengths are and our weaknesses are. We're building on our strengths and we're developing our weaknesses and making them stronger. And that takes a mirror. That takes time to get to know each other and get to know ourselves. So the resources that we provide here on Dad Space are designed to help you to understand your role in this world and how you show up. And a book like this is a great resource for you, The Power of Showing Up by Dr. Dan Siegel. Would definitely encourage you to go check it out. If you don't have the money to buy it, then go to your local library and grab a copy and bring it home with you. Like, there's ways to get the information from this book. But I would definitely challenge you to challenge yourself to how you're developing as a dad. And use the resources around you. You only know what you know. You only know what you've seen, but you don't know what you don't know as a dad. And when a resource is presented to you, I challenge you to research it and see if it's right for you and right for your family. But what we can all agree on is that we need to set the tone for our home and to make sure that our kids are feeling safe, seen, soothed, and secure. So do that today. Create safety, create visibility, be there to comfort and soothe your kids and make them feel that they're the most important thing in your life, and the security that you bring to your home. I'm not talking just about locks on the doors. I'm talking about the security of knowing that Dad's here, everything is good. That feeling is going to stick with them forever. So do what you can. This is Dad Space. I'm glad you're here. happy November to you. Happy Movember. And I would love for you to share this with another dad. This podcast, this Movember, this month where we focus on dads, this is the focus on you. And we are in your corner. If you've ever felt like you're alone, if you've ever felt like you're doing this on your own and there's no one there to help you and support you, then let Dad Space be that for you this Movember. We need to stick together. We need to be there to support each other and build each other up as men. And this was an entire month focused on us being Movember. So happy Movember, everyone. Understand that you're loved, cared for, and needed in this world. And there's no one else that can be the father that you can be. There's no one else who can be the man that you can be. And we need you. Happy Movember. Thanks for listening to Dad Space. I look forward to having you back for the next daily episode here in the month of November as we celebrate Movember and National Podcast Post Month. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a great dad. And thanks for sharing the show. Happy Movember, everybody.
It's time to rethink men's health. Because it doesn't just affect men, it affects us all. When men are well, the benefits ripple through families and communities. But when men are unwell and unsupported, we all feel it. We're all the real face of men's health. Be part of the solution with Movember.